Patel. She brings extensive expertise in cloud architecture, enterprise platform design, AI driven personalization, and digital commerce transformation. Her keynote topic is From Personalization to Profit, applying generative AI across the modern e commerce stack. We look forward to her valuable insights on leveraging AI in modern enterprise solution. With that, let us warmly welcome Ms. Yesha Patel.
Hello everyone. Let me share my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay. So welcome everyone. Today we are going to explore how e-commerce, how we are going to explore how generative AI is transforming the e-commerce, not in the theory, but in a practice. Earlier we talk about Utkar's AI in the fintech industry. Now we are talking about the AI in the e-commerce industry. I have spent over decades implementing enterprise e-commerce and cloud platforms, and what I'm seeing now is fundamentally different. We are past the experimentation phase. Companies now achieving the real measurable business results. The key shift is moving from isolated pilots to integrated production ready system that drives the revenue. Here we will cover three three topics. First, three core areas where Gen AI delivers immediate value. The second, real metrics from production implementation. And the third, practical framework for scaling beyond the pilots. Now let's dive in. So let's start with the reality. Most organizations are stuck in what I call POC perjury. The problem is everyone is running the pilots, but few are in production. Hard to measure real business impact, point solution don't talk to each other, and the integration becomes the nightmare. And in front of that, when we look at the opportunities, here is what changes when we do the things right. That's where the Gen AI integrated across your entire value chain. Direct revenue impact across your entire value chain, and you can measure operational efficiency that shows up in your P&L, means profit and loss. Better customer experience that drives the loyalty, and the system that scales the sustainability. The different here is not the technology, it's the approach. Let's look at what that means in the practice. So here we will walk through the complete e-commerce value chain. So in section 1, we will walk through the product discovery and personalization, how AI transformed the shopping experience from search to the checkout. And in section 2, merchandising and the catalog operations. So here we will explore automating the heavy lifting of content management at scale. In the next section, customer service excellence. That's where we will explore the AI augmented agents and self-service that actually works nowadays. And the fourth is implementation framework. That's where the practical roadmap from pilot to the production that we will see. Each section includes the real metrics from products and deployment. This is not the theory we are talking about. These are the results that companies are achieving today. Let's start with customer facing side, product discovery. So here where it matters the most, the customer experience. The product discovery and personalization is where GenAI delivers the immediate visible value. This is about making it easier for customer to find what they want and making smarter suggestions about what they didn't know they needed. So, three key areas here. So, first is AI generated content. So, in AI generated content, we can create the thousands of product descriptions in a minute, not in days. Each one optimized for SEO and the brand voice, and that supports the multiple languages without hiring the translators. The key area is consistency at scale. And the second is smart recommendation. That's where it goes way beyond. Customer who bought X also bought Y. And in real time personalization based on behavior, context, and even weather. And third one, optimize for both cross sell and upsell opportunities. And in that, the fourth one is AI learns from the patterns that human would never spot. And the third one is conversational commerce. So here is natural language search that we can tell like show me running shoes for the flat feet, right? And second is virtual assistants that actually understand the intent. And the third is guided discovery that doesn't feel like the sales speech. Now let's talk about the numbers. So here is where these things get interesting. Real metrics from products and deployment. So we see the conversion rate 20 to 40% increase. That's where AI recommendation helps customer to find the right product faster and less decision paralysis. That makes the more purchases. In the average order value that goes 50 to 30% higher, considering the intelligent cross sell and upsell that actually makes sense. Not just also consider it's the conceptual and relevant. And the bounce rate, we can see 35% reduction in the bounce rate. That's where conversational search keeps people engaged and they find what they want before giving up. And content creation, that is the huge deal nowadays for enterprise e-commerce. So that's where it is 60% faster and your merchandising team can focus on strategy, not just the writing the content. That's where scale the catalog without scaling the headcount. These are not the projections, but these are the companies hitting these numbers today. Now let's move to next. So here we are talking about the merchandising and catalog operations. So while customer sees the front end, customer sees the user experience on the website or in the application, that's where massive value in back office operations. Merchandising and catalog management is traditionally a manual, time sensitive process. And Gen AI that changes fundamentally. We are talking about here automation at scale. So think of this as a three-step intelligent pipeline. Step one, is content generation. Step 2 is data enrichment. In step 3 is smart classification. So in step 1, in catalog generation, we cover the automatically create the descriptions, category copy, meta tags, generate the variations for the A/B testing, maintain the brand voice across thousands of product. And the key benefit is the speed and consistency. With the data enrichment, we can extract the attributes from the product images and the specification. We can auto tag them for the better searchability. We validate data quality automatically and store completeness so you know what needs work. And in step 3, smart classification, we can automatically categorize new products, map to the existing taxonomy, generate the relevant tags and metadata, and build the relationship that match the between products. The magic is this is all happens automatically. No more spreadsheet, no manual updates. Now let's look at what this means for the operations. So here you see the operation impact is dramatic. So here on left side, you see the time and cost saving, and on right side, quality improvements. So in the time and cost saving, you see the content creation was 60 to 80% faster. What took days now takes the hours. So the trained model works way faster. So every time first use case takes 60% faster, second use case goes to the 80% faster. So that's how we scale the pilots to the enterprise power. Now in catalog enrichment, you see the 70% reduction in the manual efforts. And the classification, you see the 90% automated that counts the humans, just review the exceptions. Human in loop are necessary, but we don't, that's what AI doing. We are humans, everything AI is doing, but still we need human in a loop, just review the exceptions. And the time to market is 50% faster. That's where critical for the seasonal launches. And on right side, you see the quality improvements. That's where the consistent brand voice across like thousands of products and 95% reduction in data quality issues, real-time inventory accuracy, and better search relevance means more conversion. Products are easier to find. This is not just the efficiency, it's the transformation. So your merchandising team shifts from data entry to strategic work. Now let's talk about the customer service. So customer service is where AI doubt often runs the highest. People worry about replacing the human agents, but the reality is different, right? It's about the augmentation, not the replacement. Making your agent superhuman and giving customer better self-service options. So there are two complementary approaches. So the first is the agent augmentation. So this is about making your human agent more effective. That's where real-time response suggestion based on the context. Instant access to your entire knowledge base. Sentiment analysis to route upset customer appropriately. Auto summarize cases so handoffs are seamless, and multilingual support without hiring for every language. Context aware recommendation. And on the right side, you see the self-service intelligence. So for customer who prefer self-service, they can have 24 by 7 conversational AI that actually understand the questions, dynamic FAQ generation from your content, visual search for your return. Take the photo and get the help. And then order tracking without hunting for emails. Personalize help articles and protective issue detection before customer even notice. The result is happier customer and more efficient operations. So now here we are looking at service excellence metrics. So in a top row, we are seeing the efficiency metrics. So 40% faster resolutions. That's where AI helps agents solve problem quickly. 65% self-service rate. Most issues resolved without an agent. And 30% cost reduction per interaction means more efficient operation with the same quality. And in bottom section, you are seeing the customer satisfaction. So this is the most important matrix where it jumped from 70 to 89%. That's the 17-point improvement. Why? Right? So faster response time, accurate answers, and 24 by 7 availability. When this does right, AI powered service is better service. Customer are happier and it costs less. So I have covered what to do. Now let's talk about how to do it, right? So here is the implementation roadmap. There in a phase one foundation that we can say probably week 1 to 4 weeks. And this is the most important part that sometimes the industry considering that not so important and they reduce 1 to 2 weeks or just the high level 1 week. That's where they are lagging. But don't skip this. Most failure happens because foundations are weak. Da- data data audit and readiness, right? So here first we need to check that is your data ready, clean, accessible, and the second is the use case prioritization. So pick your highest value use case first, not the technical solution. And the third one is technical architecture. How will this fit into your stack? And fourth one is the team alignment. We need everyone from the team on the same page. In the phase two would be the pilot that we would say would take approximate 5 to 12 weeks. Just go with the one single use case with the tight scope, miserable result. That's where you can evaluate like kind of one use case executed really well, measure the baseline metrics before you start. Build a feedback group with actual users and fine tune the model with real data. And in phase three, that's where we go to scale the pilots that you can expand. In that, you can roll out additional use cases, integrate into existing workflows, and optimize performance continuously. And in change management, you have to train your teams to adapt the pilot to make their life easy. And in phase four, which is the optimize. So production is not the finish line. It is the continuous monitoring, A/B testing everything, refine models as you learn and expand to the new applications. So if we look at the timeline, approximately looks like 6 months to the production ready. That's the realistic, and I think it is achievable. But success requires more than just a timeline. So now let's look at the critical success factors. So these success factors separates the success from the failure. So first is the data quality. So the garbage in and garbage out that we talked about earlier in the fintech domain, right? So that's the very important. Clean data is non-negotiable. Invest in data governance before the scaling. The second is executive sponsorship. You need a C-level buy-in and dedicated budget. This isn't the AI project, it's the business transformation. And third one is start with the value. So don't chase the coolest technology, pick the use case with clearest ROI and the fastest time to value. Fourth one is cross-functional teams. Break down silos. This requires IT, merchandising, marketing, and service working together. Not one team can do this alone. And fifth is measure everything. Define KPIs upfront, track business metrics, not just the technical performance. What's the revenue impact? What's the cost saving? And the sixth is embrace iteration. So AI system improve with the feedback, build continuous learning into process from day one. If you miss any of these and you will struggle. Get all six right and you will succeed. Let's bring all this together. So here is the complete picture. Here is how it all fits together. The complete Gen AI e-commerce stack. So the top layer you see is the customer experience. So everything customer sees and interact with that goes in the customer experience. The second is operational layer, the behind the scene work that makes it all possible. In that content generation, catalog enrichment, classification, pricing optimization, that all are part of the operational layer. And third one is the service layer. So how you support and help the customers that fall into the service layer. And fourth is the foundation layer. So that is the most important one. That's where we would need a clean data, solid infrastructure, and good APIs. The key insight is here. This layer work together. You can't just bolt AI onto one part of your stack. Integration across the value chain is what creates the sustainable competitive advantage. Let me summarize the key takeaways. So, five things to remember. Real business impact when integrated across full value chain. This is not about point solutions. It's about transforming how your entire business operates. And second is move beyond pilots to the production ready systems. POC failure is sometimes real, but have a clear path to production from day one. Third one, start with high value use case and clear ROI. Don't boil the ocean, right? So pick your battles and win them decisively. Fourth one is data quality and cross-functional collaboration are critical. So fix your foundation first, break down the organizational silos. And fifth is technology is ready. Now is the time to act. Your competitors are doing this. First movers are establishing advantage and the window for easy wins is closing. The question isn't whether to do it. It's how fast you can move. Any questions? Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Yesha Patel. If anyone has any question, they can raise their hand.